So this is what we call the drunken walk, walking down your back with the heel of my hands, feeling the ribs and the spine shifting toe, because in reflexology terms the big toe is all to do with our head, and the neck of the big toe is our neck. So I'm just feeling around the back and side, seeing what the toe is telling me about the neck of the body. Orientation, I'm just looking at the pelvis. So what that was for, sacral fixation, is to make sure that the pelvis is symmetrical and balanced, harmonious with your body. Now a little qigong, where so Melissa, would you like to lie down on the couch on your back with your head on the pillow?
Thank you.
Okay, so you haven't had core therapy before, have you?
No.
So I feel privileged. Thank you for coming and trying it out. I love treating people for the first time. I feel like they're all tiny little challenges.
Oh, I'm excited too.
Oh, bless you. So, first of all, we're going to do some kinesiology. Have you heard kinesiology before?
No.
Ah, okay. So, kinesiology is muscle testing. So, it's like me having a little conversation with your body and your subconscious. And I'm going to ask you lots of different questions, and your body will reply with your muscle tests.
Okay.
Okay? So, first of all, can you raise an arm for me? Nice. And I'm going to push here, and you're going to resist me and hold up your arm and hold. Okay. Can you raise the other one? I'm going to push and hold. Okay. Can you raise a leg? I'm going to push here and hold. Nice. And the other one and hold. Okay. Now we're going for two. So if you could raise arm and leg, I'm going to push with both. You're going to resist me, hold nice and strong, and hold. Okay? And the other side, and hold. Okay. So I'm detecting a little bit of weakness there. I don't mean that you are weak, I'm just meaning this particular test. So I'm just going to try a few things that could be. So I'm going to pull your hair. Now, can you raise arm and leg again? I'm going to push with both and hold. Okay, it's not that. So you're not dehydrated. I'll tuck that back for you again, sorry. And now, with this hand, can you upturn your finger? You have just washed your hands, so
Yeah.
you're happy about putting your finger in your mouth?
Oh, yeah.
And then touch the roof of your mouth at the back of the dome. So not the sicky place, but just in front of that, the back of the dome. Yeah, you touching the skin?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And then raise an arm and leg again. I'm going to push and hold. Okay, it's not that, okay? So I'm just going to test one other thing. Can I have a little look at your tummy?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah. Sensitive or ticklish?
Sensitive?
Okay. With two fingers, can you come and press there for me? Okay, so that's you pressing now, so it should be all right.
Yeah.
Okay, arm and leg up again. I'm going to push, you're going to hold up nice and strong and hold. Okay, so we're not holding there either. So you can relax your hand, and actually, can you use your hand now to put it just across your forehead? Yeah, and then raise arm and leg again. I'm going to push, you're going to hold up nice and strong and hold. Okay, we've got a strong result. So, you may remember I said that I was going to look at 4 different things. One is dehydration. You weren't dehydrated. The next one is that one. It's called an SBS. It's in the head and it's really important, but it wasn't that one. Another one was here in your tummy that was sensitive, called the ICV, the ileocecal valve. It wasn't that. And then, hand to forehead, you touched your frontal bone, which is all to do with stress. And we retested this test here, which is called an IPSI test. IPSI is an English word that means one side of your body. So IPSI that side or IPSI this side, and it went strong. This is your body and your subconscious saying to me, help me, help me. I have a little bit of stress going on at the moment and I could do with some help. So that's like, it's like I'm writing a shopping list for you, and that's at the top of the shopping list. There will be some other things, but when I'm treating you, I'm going to be bearing that in mind quite predominantly. Yeah? Okay, so would you agree that you feel a little stressed? Do you have a lot going on?
Yeah.
You have a busy life?
Yeah.
And lots of juggling balls in the air. You feel like you're having to do a lot and please people. And yeah, okay. I will help you. You will go away from here feeling a lot better.
Thank you.
Right, we're going to carry on with some tests. Can you raise this arm again? And this leg over here, your left leg, I'm going to push with both. You're going to hold up and hold. Okay, we're going to do the same again this way around and hold. Strong, you see the difference? So it was this arm and leg that weren't as strong as the other side, so it's going to be a joint. So I'm just going to have a little feel of these 6 joints to see which one it is. So I'm just feeling into your right shoulder. Can you raise this arm for me? I'm going to push here. You're going to hold up nice and strong and hold. Okay, just going to feel into the elbow. Raise again and hold. Nice. Just going to feel into the wrist and hold. Nice. Now you're nice and strong there. So I'm just going to have a little feel of your left hip. Raising that arm again and hold. It's just starting to drop here. And the knee, lovely knee. Raising again and hold. Lovely, that's good. Into the ankle. Raising again and hold. So you're getting an essence of what kinesiology is now. So you can see that sometimes you're strong, sometimes it's obvious that the muscle is weaker, and that's where your body is telling me this area needs help, needs a bit of attention. So I'm going to have a look at the hips now because this one came up. So I'm going to have a look at the whole of you. Could you just move your hair from your front so I can see your clavicle? Lovely. Lovely. Feeling into your hip bones, your knees, ankles. Yeah, you can see that one toe was pointing slightly more that way.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so we're looking at the orientation of the feet because that tells us about the hips. Also, the level of the knees, level of the ankle bones, even a millimetre tells us what's going on there. The level of the hips and the clavicle. Sometimes people have their head slightly to one side. Yours is just slightly to your right, but only minutely. But we look for all of that with core therapy. So I'm just going to have a little feel into the hip. Can you raise this arm again? I'm going to push and hold. Yeah, just slightly shaky. And then down on the right hip. Coming up again and hold. Nice. Just have a look at the orientation, whether it's higher on one side, and hold. Lovely. And the other way. And hold. Tiny bit. And then whether they are pulling apart and hold. Yeah, I had a feeling that was going to say that. So I'm just going to update my notes. Okay, so I'd like to do the IPSY test again, this one and the leg as well. I'm going to push with both and hold, okay, and the other side and hold, okay. I'm just going to have a little feel behind you, just relax down, relax, and then I'm just feeling into the side of the sacrum. A little bit sore there. Yeah, sorry.
That's alright.
And hold. Yeah, stronger. Just going to come round and feel the left. Not as bad.
Not as bad.
And hold. We're still going down. Something here. I might not have been quite in the right place. Sorry, relax down. Yeah, that's it. And again, and hold. There we go. Okay. Right, we're getting there. So, okay, so I'm just going to do a couple more hip tests because I think there's something with the hips. So can you put 2 fingers on your pubis symphysis bone, which is the bone dead centre of your pelvis, a hard bone, quite low down, probably lower than that, hard bone, yeah, and push to the couch rather than to your feet, yeah, and then raise an arm all the way. I'm going to push here and hold strong, okay, so it's intact, you can let go. That's a really good sign for your pelvis.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really good. Now, another one. Can you put your sole towards your knee by bending this knee outwards? Lovely. Now, can you raise this leg up for me? Yeah, a little bit more. I'm going to push here, you're going to hold up and hold. Nice, you can do that. And the other way round. Raising the leg, I'm going to push and hold. Okay, not quite as strong, you can let that go. So that was your left hip again, yeah. Okay, so what the ballet test that we just did is test whether the hip is happy opening, yeah. So I will definitely be working on the hips. Just trying to think what else I want to do before you turn over. Can I have another little feel of the tummy?
Yeah, yeah.
Do you have quite a sensitive tummy normally, or
sensitive as in like with food or
digestion?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. It's because with all of us, all of our health, it's really important that the digestion is smooth and flowing and good and not restricted in any way, you know. Yeah, I'm just sensing that that's a little bit tight. So what I'd like to do is just, there's a valve here, and just open that valve for you.
Okay.
It's just a strange feeling. It's not necessarily painful. It's just a little bit odd.
Okay.
Is that all right?
Yeah.
So can you give me 3 nice long breaths? Yeah, so your body is pretty... Oh, that's really good. That's a really good sign. A little tummy grumble. Literally a grumble saying, get away from me. Yeah, so it's really good to open the ICV, because if we have tension, wherever our tension is, it might go to our abdomen and then things seize up. And if we eliminate from here, we're eliminating stress as well. It's very much to do with it. There's another valve over here I wouldn't mind having a look at. So I'm going to check the same place but on the other side of the abdomen. Is that the same sensitivity?
Yeah.
Is it ticklish?
No, it's so sensitive. Yeah.
Painful or?
Closer to painful than ticklish.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Do you have massages on your tummy?
Not very often, no.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I presume if you massaged your tummy, you'd be able to tolerate that, wouldn't you?
Yeah, definitely.
So I would encourage you to do that. Because
Okay.
if other people can't massage your tummy because it's sensitive,
Yeah.
then your tummy needs it to know that you're looking after it and you've got its back. You know that it's tight and that it needs to relax. I think it would be a really good thing if you learnt to massage your own tummy.
Okay.
On YouTube there are probably some very good self-massage. In fact, I might have put a couple on there. Have a look at my channel.
Have a look.
Okay, so is this getting better?
It is.
Okay, so
Pretty much better.
Oh, good. 3 nice long breaths for me again. Oh, it's much better on that side. That wasn't as bad, was it?
Not at all.
Okay, all right. Okay, I think you can turn over. How's your temperature, Melissa? Are you warm enough? Do you want some heating on?
I think just about right. Yeah, the bed's really nice and warm.
Yeah, the heated bed, but I can put more on, and I might be putting some hot towels on you shortly.
Oh, that'd be lovely. Yeah. Oh, that's exciting.
Okay. Arms down by your sides if that's comfy for you. Okay, so can you bend a knee? Yeah, keep going. Can you bend the knee? Can you raise the knee off the couch? Right, I'm going to push here, you're going to hold up and hold. Okay, so as you can feel, you raise the knee about 1 centimetre off the couch. So that's not as strong as it could be, because what we're testing is this muscle here, the glute max. And I'll tell you what that means in a moment. If you could bend this one now, raise it off the couch. I'm going to push here and hold. Okay, so both of those were not as strong as they could be, so I'm just going to have a little look at this lovely bone here called the C2. Cervical 2, and it's a meaty bone. It's a really big one, but it can be quite sensitive in people if our necks are stuck. Does that feel sore?
A little.
A little, okay. I'm just giving it a little TLC so it knows it's on the shopping list. Okay, so I'm going to look at your sacrum now. So could you put your little finger to your thumb? Yeah, I'm going to try and pull them apart and you're going to keep them together and hold. Nice. So I'm just going to feel different parts of your sacrum and then I'm going to come back to this area here. Little finger and thumb, I'm going to pull and hold. Okay, a little bit more difficult. And the lower part, and again, and hold. Nice. And again, and hold. Okay. Okay. And again, and hold. Okay, so some of those were quite difficult to do. So I'm just going to have a little feel of your sacrum and tell your sacrum everything's all right and it can relax and go back into its normal orientation. So this is a Chinese massage called Tui Na, and it's performed through clothes. Oh, that's a really good sign. Your tummy's rumbling again. Do you know what that means? Oh, it's going again. It's really good. Well, yes, it's lunchtime. It means you're hungry. But also, it shows you're relaxing and you're accepting the healing. You know, quite often clients get quite embarrassed, I suppose, that their tummy is rumbling, and they sort of apologise for it. And I say, no, I'm flattered. It's a good thing. It shows you're trusting me and you're relaxing, you're letting go, and your muscles are all chilling out. So this Tui Na is a really useful way of not only me checking out your body, feeling for any cool or particular heat in any area of your back and pelvis, shoulders and neck, but also I can check out where there might be any particular tension, so where the vertebra may be stuck and not moving fluidly under my hands. And of course it's part of the treatment, so the more I do of this, the more the back will let go, circulation will be able to pump more fully through the body, bringing oxygen and nutrients to the organs and muscles everywhere in your body that needs those motorways open. How's the pressure? Is it okay?
Lovely.
Good. So the sacrum can actually take quite a lot of pressure because it's 5 bones fused together. So I'm applying quite a lot of pressure in a downwards direction. And this really helps the pelvic orientation, so that if there are any muscles and ligaments that are pulling the pelvis over to one direction so it's twisted, then there's a good chance that they will let go and just let the pelvis come back to its proper place. So I'm feeling quite a lot of tension between the scapula, so just above the bra line, just between the scapula, the shoulder blades. Then of course, if the back is tight around here, the lower area, it's not going to help the digestive and abdominal area, like the liver and the digestive organs, the excretory organs. So this will be helping everything in the torso. So I'm just going to do another couple of techniques on you just to help the back before I do that. This is called a wing stretch. So just relax your elbow, lovely. Lovely, so I'm just picking up your wing, your angel wing. And this helps to release, loosen the shoulder and the upper back. Fantastic. Well done, that was great. So that shoulder should feel a lot looser now.
That's great.
These techniques tend to work straight away. You can feel the benefit of them immediately. That's good. I can actually see the shape of the back is loosening as well. That looks a lot better.
Feels so much lighter.
Oh, good. So this is what we call the drunken walk, walking down your back with the heel of my hands, feeling the ribs and the spine shifting side to side, and the intention of this action is to mobilize and isolate each vertebra, and therefore each disc between each vertebra, so that they're not locked on to the vertebra above and below it, but simply working independently. That's great, because your scapula feels so much looser now as well. They're really responding much better. Yeah, there's a lot of warmth there, which is great. I do like some warmth in the back. Lovely. Okay. Now coming down to some leg repatterning, starting off with the foot. Feeling the big toe, because in reflexology terms, the big toe is all to do with our head, and the neck of the big toe is our neck. So I'm just feeling around the back and side, seeing what the toe is telling me about the neck of the body. And then round and down. So coming from the kidney and adrenal, and because of the first test we did, finding out about the frontal bone and a little bit of stress, I'm giving the adrenal gland an extra warmth. See, the kidneys love a bit of warmth, as I'm always saying to my clients. So this adrenal gland will respond well if the kidney is warm and hydrated. So coming down through the kidney, down the ureter to the bladder, helping expel and eliminate any toxins and any waste materials. Now working into the foot, just anchoring into the hip, and this is where I'm watching the opposite hip. So just bouncing that opposite hip with a lovely circle rotating action, and it should respond by raising nice and high, which it did, that's really good, and that's lovely because the foot then tends to sit nice and flat, and when we do the other one we'll see if it mirrors the first foot. So now coming up, massaging into the right foot, starting off on the big toe. Circling that toe, feeling into the neck of the toe, and encouraging the toe to lie straight so that it relaxes its grip and lies in a straight manner rather than circling back into the other toes. It needs to feel relaxed, that it can stretch out, have space between it and the other toes. And then coming down the thyroid, to the adrenal. Again, giving the adrenal lots of love, comfort and support, telling it everything's okay. Everything's okay. Down to the kidney, some warmth, and then the ureter to the bladder. My tummy's joining in now. That's got to be a good sign, hasn't it? Okay, just holding the foot in a lovely leg repatterning, encouraging the opposite hip to rise. Nice, lovely, let that go, let that go. Floppy doll, beautiful, lovely, that will really help you. And then looking at your pelvis, so just letting your legs go, the glute maxes, the calves and the hamstrings, just let them go. I've got you, I'm not going to let you go. Lovely, that's really good. Loosen, beautiful, like you're flying through the air. Oh, nice. So your feet are far more symmetrical now, that's a much better orientation. I'm just looking at the pelvis, so what that was for, sacral fixation, is to make sure that the pelvis is symmetrical and balanced, harmonious with your body. Now a little qigong, where I'm working on the sacrum with two hands, feeling into the energy here, seeing what orientation and breath is happening, feeling the warmth, so I'm just tuning into what the energy is telling me. I feel very privileged and humbled to be able to give qigong to so many people, and this place on the body, the sacrum, is a sacred place. It's such a beautiful area to treat. And I almost feel like you're knocking on the door and asking to be let in and saying you'd like to help if there's anything you can do. And it can take a little while for the door to open. And I feel that that has now happened. And there is a lovely fluid, calm, that has descended and it is in line with the breath and the pulse of the cerebral spinal fluid, which gently rocks the sacrum. And I wouldn't be surprised if when we're stressed or anxious or lead very busy lives, that there may be some effect to the cerebral spinal fluid, that it may be hampered as it travels. So this is so important to tune in to this area. Make sure that it's moving without hindrance, and that it is reassured and told everything's okay. Everything's okay. This treatment was once described to me by someone who had received it as it felt like warm chocolate sauce was being poured from the top of their head all the way over their body, because of the intense and profound sense of calm and warmth that waved over the body from the top of the head down to the tips of the toes. That's a lovely way to describe it. And now releasing just one hand and tuning into the very top of the dural tube as it wraps around the brain. From the sacrum to the occiput. The breath, circulation and the pulse, all moving as one. Everything being reset back to a perfect harmony. And released. Very, very slowly, because that was a very deep part of the treatment. If you'd like to slowly get up and turn over onto your back. So I'm just looking at the front of you and noticing that one hip is more raised, more proud than the other. The same with the chest and clavicle. So I'm just going to do a little correcting with you. Just going to, I've got your leg. Just going to pull it over here. That might feel like a little bit of a stretch. Just let it go, let it go, let it go. The calf, the ham, the hip. Might feel it into the ankle, might even feel it into the shoulder. And breathe. Well done, well done. And let go. I've got you, I've got you, I've got you. Nice. Okay. So just going to do a brief hip float, holding into the front of the iliacs. And gathering some movement and warmth there. It's good, I can feel some heat there, that's a really good sign. Nice warm towel. And because the shoulders, the scapula came up as a little tense earlier, I'm just going to work a little bit more on the shoulders from this angle. This is an arm repatterning. And that feels nice and loose, that's a good sign. Probably because of all the work they've already had done on them. That's really good. Loose, loose, loose. Good. Feeling into the top of that trapezius. Yeah, a little bit of tightness just in the centre there. We're going to be addressing that in a moment. That's it, let go, let go, let go, nice and loose. A little bit clicky in the elbow. Not too bad, I think it's going. Lovely, that's good. Okay, so that's where we've got a bit of tension left. Okay, so are you comfy? Yeah. Okay, so let your back go. I've got that's it, lovely. We naturally go into a self-defense mode where we hold our muscles because we don't know what's coming, but it's okay. Let go as much as you can. That's really good. Wonderful. And your neck. Let go, let go, let go, let go. Lovely. Okay, let go, let go. down. That's it. All the way down. Eventually your head will just relax, the muscles will let go, and it'll allow your head to go all the way down to this angle where it's almost tilted back slightly, and then a little neck stretch. Just going to have a little feel of your neck. It does feel quite tight, especially on the left. And then feeling into the T1, thoracic one, and then up into the 7 bones of the neck. Okay, they're starting to loosen. So we're just going to do another neck release. Let go, let go, let go, let go. All the way down. So I've got my fingers in a line in between the head and neck, encouraging the neck to tilt backwards. Gently stretching, releasing, encouraging space between the vertebra and the discs, space so that the muscles can lengthen. Just turning your head to one side and feeling what the neck is telling me. Creaking, a few clicks and crunches. Yeah, it can feel a bit sore there. Let go, let go, let go. That's it. Lovely. Well done. You're doing really well. Ah, these are good. They're moving. So these are the spinal processes. Yeah, it tends to be higher up. So these ones are all right. So I'll use the ones that are moving in order to encourage the ones higher up that are a little bit stuck. Feeling the spine itself, each vertebra. So this reaction of the head moving as I press each vertebra down is a really good sign. Shows that there is movement within each bone. And now just working the spinal processes again. So this is a bit lower down than the other side where there's a little tension. Encouraging that vertebra to turn as it should do separately to the others. This can be a little bit sore here where it's like a relieving pain. You're doing really well, Melissa. I know it can be sore. It's interesting, on your right side it's here, sort of about C4, and on your left it's more C2, 3. Yeah, higher up. So I'm just giving it a little warmth and TLC, telling the vertebra everything's all right, it can release, let go, become unstuck. It can turn independently. Lovely, well done. Coming back to the centre. I'm just going to have a feel of the neck. Oh, let go, let go, let go, let go. And drop down. Nice. Much better. And I'm creating space, a gap in between the neck and head. So you should feel a lot taller after this. Lengthen. Now feeling into the muscle, the trapezius around the base of the neck, top of the shoulder centre, which can be quite tight. It was quite tight earlier, Melissa, but actually I think that is now loosening. I think the heat of the couch and the warmth that the therapy has provided is loosening that off now. Oh, lovely. I'm going to hold the head to one side, pushing the opposite shoulder nice and strongly down. So the head should react by pulling over, and it does. That's a really good sign that there is a bounce there, that there is movement, the shoulders bouncing up and down. With some people that can be frozen, where there is no movement there whatsoever. And I'm really pleased that we've got some movement going there. And over to the other side. Again, feeling into that shoulder. Pressing down firmly on the centre soft tissue. And bouncing the shoulder point down. That's nice. Lovely. That's what we want. We want harmony. We want everything working in balance and in the correct orientation. Correct blood flow, nerve signals, spinal flow, structure, everything in harmony. Let go, let go, let go. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Now going to a little bit of Qigong for the cranium, working to the neck and the back of the head at the moment, on the temporals and the occiput bone. This is a deeply relieving treatment where, again with Qigong, we're feeling into what the body is telling us. There is a sense of calm and serenity. There is a sense of letting go and relaxation because the body is having therapy, the body is being looked after and cared for, and it doesn't have to think, it doesn't have to perform or act, or there's no function, it simply can relax. And now I'm going to do a couple of de-stress Qigong techniques. One palm behind the head, one to the forehead, the frontal bone, and allowing that head to rock in whichever direction it feels the need. Gently, 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 gently. That's wonderful. There is a sense of letting go here. This helps everything, but I particularly like the fact that it helps the throat, allows us to express, communicate, and an overwhelming feeling of freedom. Likewise, it helps the head, our mind. We have an abundance of capability to relax, and we simply need to know how to do that. And one way is to tune into our own body and what it is telling us. And our body will easily tell you what it needs at any time if we trust our intuition, if we listen. And there is a deep sense of calm and serenity. Often at this point, we see colours behind our closed eyelids, which is a beautiful kaleidoscope of footage that our body and our mind and our spirit are talking to us. The colours are channels of chakras that are opening and closing. Just like our chakras are breathing, living. Quite often with therapy we see the colours of purple and green. But we may also see blues, reds, oranges, yellows, pinks and whites. And white can bring a wonderful sense of lifting, like cares are being lifted away. Responsibilities, worries are being lifted, leaving us with a sense of spaciousness, lightness, like we are floating. Like a white mist surrounding us, almost like it's in our heads. White mist. That's definitely what I'm sensing right now. And allowing the head to come back if it needs to. There is a lovely feeling or spaciousness if it needs to come back to both sides. Allowing the forehead to let go, the eyebrows, the brow line, the contours of the face, the cheeks, the jaw, letting it all relax and let go. So this is a wonderful treatment to get rid of headaches and stress. Fantastic for head tension, migraines and insomnia. All is well. All is well. Slowly coming back when you're ready. Doing one last treatment for any remaining head tension. Working on the ESR, emotional sensory response. Two fingers at each side of the forehead. Very lightly touching, sensing, reassuring, simply acting as a channel for the ESR to let go. Personally, I'm seeing a lot of colour. I'm seeing greens with bits of blue. Gorgeous green just on the edges. I'm seeing a lot of pink. And now changing to orange. And simply a lovely, overwhelming feeling of calm. And And slowly bring your awareness to your feet and your hands. Sending your breath down to those extremities and then gently moving into the fingers and the toes. In your own time, there's no rush. It was a very deep treatment. And once you've introduced a little movement to the fingers and the toes, slowly a little more to the feet and the palms, to the soles, the heels, and then maybe turning into the ankles and the wrists. And then when you're ready, breathing again, and send your oxygen to your shoulders, turning into the shoulders. When you're ready, in one direction. And then the other direction when you're ready. And then, again when you're ready, bringing your arms up over your head for a nice long body stretch. Feeling your whole body waking up, being stimulated and activated. Maybe do a stretch to one side like a banana and the other. Back to the centre before you bring them down. I'm just going to remove a towel. And the other. Okay, so you can open your eyes. Are you with me? Yeah. So can you raise one arm and one leg? We're just going to do a few kinesiology tests that weren't so good earlier and see what they're like now. Arm and leg. I'm going to push down with both and hold. Wow, a lot better. Same with this side and hold. Amazing, so much better. I'm going to hold this arm, and if you could raise your left leg, I'm going to push with both and hold. Entirely different. Yeah, I think you're a different person. There's just a couple more, so I'm just going to squeeze your hips. Can you raise this arm for me? I'm going to push here and hold. Nice. And I'm just going to push that hip down and raise again and hold. Brilliant. And that's everything that I needed to know. So it was quite a deep treatment, so you'll need to come round really slowly.